Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up-to-date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set them on fire while we light it. No brains.
It's a no-brainer to be tuning into No Brains, No Headache podcast. Right about now, we got episode 305 coming at you. Boy, do we have a doozy lined up for you, our loyal listeners. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Jordan Weichel. I'm going to be your host today. As always, I'm happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. Across from me, if you're watching on YouTube or preferred platform, is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. Some argue he is the funniest person in Bismarck, North Dakota. It's the one, the only, the very talented. He had to change his sweatshirt because it matched his red hair too closely. Matt Cleary, Ongo, how are we doing today?
You know, another Monday. You mentioned comedian, a couple of things. I suck at comedy, by the way. I had a show this last weekend. Not good. Also, I just have no normal shows ever. I've done a biker rally and after prom. I got invited to do a prison. Couldn't make that work.
With your schedule, probably because you were busy doing, you probably had like a 7-Eleven just at 7 a.m. in the morning.
It was literally, it was a Tuesday at noon. And I was like, I don't think I can swing that.
It's the rec time. You got to abide by their schedule.
Yeah. I mean, and it turns out that was like the best show of the bunch. So I missed out on that. And this last weekend, I was at Harriet, South Dakota quasi-centennial. Oh. And for what people don't know at home, that's when a town turns 125 out and kids get their face painted and you do a 4 p.m. comedy show in an open tent outside when it's 40-mile-per-hour winds.
How'd that go?
Not great. Everyone else did pretty well. I ate a humongous bowl of dog shit.
Somebody's got to do it, and it was just your turn.
The funniest thing that happened, my only good joke, is when I was getting off the stage, which was an 18-wheel trailer, by the way, that you stepped onto a cinder block. I stepped off, and one of the legs of the humongous tent blew off and smoked me, and I spilt my drink everywhere. So that's how my weekend was.
Workman's comp.
Yeah, I knew it was my health care for my comedy career. It includes getting hit by tent poles and
Tent Man. See, that would be in a situation where Tent Man, my hypothetical superhero, would come into play.
It was really weird though, because it was like 40-mile-per-hour winds, and they had these huge stakes that went into the ground, and instead of being like in a park or anything, they just somehow jackhammered them into the cement in a parking lot.
Yeah, they do that.
And I knew it was going to be a good show when we were sandwiched in between a hypnotist and a beer Olympics. So,
hey, you got to go all out for the quasi-centennial celebration.
And I get up on stage, look out in front. There's maybe 2 6-year-old kids sitting in the front row, one with their face painted like a frog and the other one painted like a tiger.
And I was first joke out of the gate is tongue fuck my asshole.
No, my first joke out of the gate was like, "Did you guys see that humongous porta potty?" Yeah, but the hypnotist was maybe the weirdest guy I've ever seen or heard.
A hypnotist being a weird person? Never
he wore a leather top hat. He was from San Francisco. And he was trying to get the crowd.
Spent all their money on the hypnotist.
Yeah. Well, they're having like Black Hawk or some like big country band play like the nightcap, which probably explains why the comedians were at 4 p.m. And the hypnotist is trying to get the crowd to quiet down. He goes, kids, you better not keep talking or I'm going to come out there and kiss you. And I was like, what?
I mean, probably effective.
We were just waiting for like the hypnotist to hypnotize people and then just have everyone on stage run a train on him. But it's like, and I was dying laughing. Like we just kept making jokes about this hypnotist getting freaking wobbly aged by people he hypnotized. And I was crying. I was like, this is going to be the worst show ever. And
you should have just went with that for your set.
Some of the guys did go in on the hypnotist, but he was like, I was just going to like roast him, but then he came over before the show and was like super nice. So I was like, I'll just wait for the podcast and then call him a pedophile. So,
all right. So
yeah,
hey, you could have called Tent Man and I would have came to your rescue. I would have arrived and been like, I'll be right with you. Just gonna let this boner go down and we'll be good.
Yeah. And it was like hindsight. I had very low expectations. So it ended up being an okay show. But if I had high, I'd be like, I'm never doing comedy again, which I still might never do comedy again because my God, am I just on a freaking back-to-back banger of worst shows ever.
Well, at least you're doing comedy. I'm still on my hiatus. At this point, I feel like it's a retirement at this point. But
when
I do
you
have
hang your you hang your shit covered underwears in the rafters and just have a ceremony for it?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm probably not going to do comedy for another few months. I would imagine would just be my guess. But yeah, then I have people coming up to me who are like, like genuinely, they're like, you should, I think you're really funny. You should get back on stage, man. Like, don't let it go too long. And I'm like, geez, make me feel worse about just
you
not
should get
doing
back
comedy.
on stage. Like, I don't know why you're not doing it I would do 4 nights a week at least.
Just because it's miserable.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's a lot less pressured. The comedy capital of the world, Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're like, what would happen if we just didn't do comedy anymore? I'm like, there just wouldn't be any. Like,
it just would kind of fizzle away, dust in the wind. I've been going commando though.
Well, I was gonna ask, have you ever been hypnotized? I feel like you have.
No, I think the only time I was, available for a hypnotist was like after prom parties.
Yeah, I thought you did it one year.
No, it was a good friend of mine did it one year. But that, like, what I got from it is like all the people that were hypnotized, they just like felt fucked up the rest of the day, like not in a good way.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't feel very well. It's like, yeah, he made you eat rat poison while he had you hypnotized. You're gonna want to puke that up.
Yeah, you were licking bowling balls in this bowling alley. Turns out they never clean those.
I've never been hypnotized. I'm not sure. Maybe I should.
The one chick that was in charge of it, of like the whole thing, she went up and got hypnotized, and then like
not a good idea.
Yeah, it was, and then she was like, I still feel really weird, and he's like, come with me somewhere quiet, and I'll put you back under and take you back out. You'll feel a lot better. And I was like, he's definitely gonna bang this chick, right? Like,
I'll put you under. This guy's wording could use some work.
Dude, oh my God. It was just, and then like the first thing he says when he comes up to like our table of comedians goes, let me get all your guys' phone numbers so we can, I was like, no.
Like he said that out of the gate?
Yeah. He didn't even say his name. He's like, how about you and I exchange phone numbers? That giant porta potty behind us.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, I don't know if I'd want to be hypnotized, but like I said, maybe I should. But I'm going for like the Office Space vibe, where like I'm going into some sort of hypnosis to just like reset my entire life at this point. Let's just start fresh, but then not get out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was kind of thinking like maybe that happened to me because there's stuff that'll happen to me in my life. I'm like, wow, I should be really more affected by that, but I could not care less.
It's like trauma.
Yeah.
You know what's traumatic? When you go out commando and you start sweating. That's traumatic.
I thought you were for sure gonna say you zipped your dick up in your zipper because
No,
my
you gotta
God.
be aware of it. I did it with jeans on Friday night. Went to a comedy show. I went and checked out Jeff Dye. Pretty funny dude. Can't remember the opener's name. Something Nelson.
No,
Um,
that's
yeah, he started out like I was so tired from just the day and the week, and he started out with the opener started with uncle jokes, like not like unk jokes, but like legitimately like niece and nephew uncle type jokes. And it wasn't a great start, but that's also his job at the openers. Like, you can't really just come out with just banger after banger. Um, he quickly, like, reverted from, like, uncle jokes to, like, porn jokes, which was a wild transition, but I was like, "Okay, like, now we can alright, you have you had my curiosity, now you have my attention."
it's giving me hypnotist vibes.
Yeah, but no, Jeff Dye's cool. And yeah, I definitely went commando with jeans. And as I was putting the jeans on, like ready to zip up my pants, I was like, all right, we have to be a little bit cognizant of where certain things are when we zip up said zipper while commando. So yeah,
What's the
but I
point
also
of
have undies
going?
that like I have undies like where my dong hangs out, like the little hole just like doesn't exist like very well. It's so the dong just hangs out regardless.
What's the point of going commando?
Well, like now that I'm in Arizona heat, especially if I like, I'm wearing my work clothes all day or whatever, then like at the end of the day, like say I shower and then I'm just gonna go grab a bite really quick. It's like it's for me, it's just one less item of clothing that I have to put on, and then the ripple effect of not having to do as much laundry.
You should start washing your clothes in your apartment complex's pool.
Just- all the beach chairs are just taken up by my clothes laying out to dry.
Exactly. There's just a ton of soap in the water.
What I should do that one day, like that scene in Happy Gilmore where the caddy is just straight up showering in the pond.
Or he uses a ball washer to wash his underwear and he takes it out and it's still just covered in shit.
I don't have any underwear to wash because I've been going commando. So really just
Another like not talked about moment in Happy Gilmore is that he picks up like the Ritz cracker he was using for a ball mark and eats it. Why was he using a Ritz cracker as a ball mark?
it's the joke that he's poor. He doesn't have any spare change for a ball marker. So he had to use what he had, which was a cracker.
But why does he have a Ritz cracker then? I feel like he wouldn't have anything if you use a tea or something.
I don't know. It was just their attempt at humor to like.
What
Be
if he
like,
put down
the
like a
homeless
half?
caddy doesn't have a fucking quarter to spare?
What if he put down like a half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich as a ball marker?
And he should have. Hindsight probably should have, but no, yeah, it's just nice since it's like 110 degrees every day. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna go out for a little bit, commando,
That's fair. I can respect that.
big commando time of year. I actually am wearing underwear right now.
Oh, good. I was definitely going to ask that next. Okay. I want to preface this with I was like, I'm not going to be hungover for this comedy show. I do it every single time, regardless of whether it's an after prom, somehow still hungover. Mainly because I drank that day and then fell asleep for 8 hours, then went to the after prom. But I digress. So I'm like, I bought a 12 pack of White Claw. I'm like, I'm going to have a couple casuals, play some video games, go to bed at a reasonable time. I drank all 12 White Claws and then dipped into my 30 rack of Busch Light that I had. So I don't want to put a number on it, but let's call it over, under, give or take one or two at 20 drinks. And yeah, I stayed up till like 3:30 in the morning playing video games. Like I was more hungover than I usually am. And I remember answering a FaceTime call from the guy who's driving at 12:30, still in bed. And needless to say, I texted Jordan that night and I was like, remind me to talk about fortune cookies. And this was on Thursday night that I had ordered way too much Chinese food where they think that 2 people are eating the meal. So they gave me 2 fortunes. And my fortune cookies were, and remind you, on a Thursday night. Thursday will bring you a sense of peace and tranquility, followed with a night of self-discovery is in store for you tonight. You combine those 2 things and it literally sounds like I just pulverized my hog for like 12 hours.
Well, did you feel good after the Chinese food?
I think I ate so much Chinese food that I woke up in the middle of the night to
And
take
you started
a shit.
speaking Chinese.
No, I had to take
No.
a shit so bad that I woke up in the middle of the night to go take a dump. Like that's too much Chinese food.
That happens to me all the time.
I don't think that's like usually I just shit in my bed, but like
the last time I had Chinese food, or I don't even know what the most popular
Oriental?
chain, yeah, we'll call it Oriental, thank you. I opened up my fortune cookie and there was 3 fortunes in one cookie and I was like, fuck yeah. And they were all blank. I was like, damn it.
Well, I got the one that I was so excited because I love eating the fortune cookie. Like it tastes like cardboard, but I like doing it. And I was super excited to read my fortune. I crack it open. There's just nothing in there.
You tried Jack in the Box for the first time?
Ooh, is that like chicken?
No, Jack in the Box has they got like a little bit of everything, man. You got cheeseburgers. They do have some chicken, I believe, like milkshakes, stuff like that.
What would you say the type of person that goes to Jack in the Box is? Like
a drunk college student.
Okay.
Because that is the thing. Like if you ever hear about Jack in the Box, what I have heard over and over is, oh my gosh, their tacos are great when you're drunk and then just pitiful when you're sober. And I was like a few drinks deep at this time, so I wasn't like wasted, but the person I was with was
tacos were okay.
They were like, "Oh, you should try Jack in the Box." I was like, "That's fair." Like, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's get it done already. Like, I don't think I gain or lose anything by, like keeping it that I have never tried Jack in the Box. Yeah, the tacos are like as if like those like frozen taquitos type things.
Yep.
It's like those. The meat does not look like meat.
It's because it is not meat.
Yeah, it is not. It's like a refried bean texture.
Yeah, it's just refried beans mixed with sawdust that they're like, these college kids will love it.
So like the edge is crunchy, but then the middle is just this like soggy mess. So there's a little bit to be desired there. So I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. We'll rate the Jack in the Box tacos 5 out of 10. But then I did have one the next day left over, but I was like kind of just like hungry and it was just like left over in the fridge. That's all I really had. That was like a 4.1. But I did have their chicken sandwich. It's actually pretty good.
I went to Costco today and I got a piece of pizza because I hadn't eaten all day as I left. And then I ate said piece of pizza on my drive home and I got grease all over my car.
Yeah, that's going to stain.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a grease stain. I think I have one on this sweatshirt actually. Yeah, there it is.
Any white piece of clothing I spill coffee on and I just have a giant stain. And
all of my No Brains No Headache clothing has been stained and ruined, so it's just great.
I had a permanent marker explode in my wash like a couple months ago, and all the white stuff in there is just like a combination of like a light black color now.
But speaking of being hungover, I was actually thinking of this. Yesterday, Sunday, I had one of those days where like I thought I was hungover and the math wasn't mathing, so I was like, okay, I had 2 beers at dinner, like while I was eating, and then I had 3 very casual beers after. Then I woke up on Sunday with just a splitting headache. But I also like slept on my couch. Like I woke up and immediately went out to the couch and like took just a hardcore 3 hour like 6:30 a.m. to like 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning nap. Love it. But I didn't have a pillow, so my head was just cocked against my armrest, like so. So I was like, okay, like that's probably why I have a headache. But then as the day went on, like I started like get the chill. It was just weird. I got the chills and like I didn't really have any other symptoms. And it reminded me of almost 6 years ago to the day. Remember when like COVID was going around and I had a bachelor party up at the lake cabin one weekend and then I stayed at the lake.
And then everyone got COVID.
Everyone got COVID. I was the super spreader. And I remember texting you that week because we were like trying to figure out like when I should come back to town so we can record the podcast. And like Sunday rolls by, Monday rolls by, Tuesday rolls by. I think we're at Wednesday at this point. And I text you, I'm like, dude, I'm still hungover. And finally, like you actually had the wherewithal to be like, Jordan, I think you have COVID. Like you can't be hungover for this long. And turns out I did have COVID. That was me yesterday. I think I just straight up like I got like a touch of a head cold because I just had a splitting headache. And I'm like, there's no reason I should have this intense of a headache and be this tired from 5 very casual beers spread out through about 5 hours. Like
one time I went to the walk-in clinic on a Sunday. I just thought I was really hungover, but I'm like, seems different. But I'm like, I drank a ton last night. So it could just, I was like, maybe they'll give me something for it. And I went into the walk-in clinic and I spent the next 3 days in the hospital with influenza.
Well, I mean, you know your body the best, so you clearly knew something was going on. Did you start out the meeting like when your doctor walked in? You're like, before you do anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and come out with it clean. I drank 19 drinks last night.
I was like, something might have happened to me. I don't know. Like one of the 31 drinks I had last night might have been drugged. They're like, yeah. And I spent like 3 days in the hospital just getting fluids and pooping into a bedpan.
You couldn't even get up and go to the bathroom?
No, I was kidding. I did.
Okay. I was about to say there's usually a bathroom like right there.
I opt for the bedpan. Yeah. Like you can walk fine. You're like, bring in the little toilet thing.
Doc, I think we need a catheter. Just go for it.
What's the morphine policy around here? You're like,
what if you have a catheter and you get a boner?
I feel like that has to hurt, or like you.
I can't imagine it feels great.
I'm just imagining the scene from Dumb and Dumber 2 when he tries to pull out his catheter and
the hard-hitting questions of No Brains, No Headache. Do we have any more housekeeping, Matt?
No, we can end it with boner catheters before we get into the next thing.
Episode 305.
Okay. Let's party.
How did we figure out what earthquakes were? Like as a human race, how did we dial that in?
Well, the earth moves.
Okay.
I don't know how they figured out, like,
because following you so far.
They didn't have the technology until like the 60s to figure out what a tectonic plate is. So they're like, I'm assuming it has. Now, this is just a weird jump, but does it have to do with the Quakers in Pennsylvania or Oatmeal?
I'm gonna go with I think no, but I don't have enough evidence in front of me. And I was asking, like generally asking, I have no idea. I just thought of this the other day. I was like, how did the human race figure out? Oh, that shaking, that is an earthquake. Like for the first like few earthquakes where they're like, wow, that toilet wine that we made earlier is hitting nicely.
Well, yeah, it's the origin is from 1350, which seems insane.
But so did everybody just congregate and they're like, okay, just to be clear, we all felt that shaking, right?
I feel like there's got to be a couple guys like, all right, everyone just deny you felt anything. And then like the one guy's like, am I going crazy here or was the whole earth moving?
Just an earthquake truther. I
that
mean,
can't
in like the 1300s to like the 1900s, an earthquake has to be a very scary concept for people then. I mean, it still is. We're only building just bigger structures that could potentially collapse during an earthquake.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Like the big earthquake zones, where like this building's earthquake proof. I'm like, how about just build the building somewhere else? Like,
Yeah. You know what else is earthquake proof? The capital of North Dakota, the Capitol building. There's no earthquakes there.
yeah, you know where we should build most of our NFL stadiums? Right on
Earthquake
the coast
zones.
where all the earthquakes are. You know where we should build the New Orleans Saints Stadium? Right in the middle of a hurricane.
I don't know if they plan that, but yeah, I was just wondering, like, what were people saying about earthquakes back in the day? You know, how did we? Who coined the term earthquake?
I mean, it has to be the Quakers.
Why isn't it an earth shake?
I like when people call it like a seismos, seismology or whatever it is, the study of earthquake, a seismic event.
Or what if you just called it the scientific name? The tectonic plate shift last night really
I gotta be
woke me
honest
up.
with you. What I know most about earthquakes is from Pokemon attacks. So,
Well, and we're not
not
great people to talk on earthquakes, considering we're from the upper Midwest. Just where I don't. Apparently, our tectonic plates are good.
most of the
They're
time, I think
solid.
there's like an earthquake happening. It's just my neighbor mowing his lawn. Is that an earthquake? It's like, nope, Doug's just mowing the lawn and
Is that an
he's right
earthquake?
there.
It's like, dude, you're just hungover and your roommate is vacuuming upstairs.
Is that an earthquake? A drunk driver ran into your house. That was not an earthquake. Dude, some guy, it got caught on a camera, but it was all over like the BPRN. He was driving up like 4th Street or some major street, sideswiped some guy's trailer, and then just Dukes a hazard his car through a neighbor's fence and then just kept driving. Still
I
haven't
mean,
caught the guy.
At that point, you might as well keep driving.
And it's the camera is so far away from the car, and like there was people be like, it looks like a 2011 Camaro, and you're like, you cannot see that. It could be a Suburban from that angle. Like,
I mean, but it's true though. It's like, all right, if you're gonna like sideswipe and run through all this shit, wouldn't that be kind of like counterintuitive after it's all done to stop? It's like, oh, now you want to hit the brakes.
yeah, let me just go
50
knock on
yards
this
back,
guy's.
you didn't want to hit the brakes. Now we want to hit the brakes.
Let me just go knock on this guy's house at 2:30 in the morning and be like, oops. You know that fence you had in your backyard? Well, you have about a quarter of it now.
You got some firewood piling up back there, so that's
You know
nice.
that dog that lives in your backyard? Well, he is in my car's front bumper.
Oh, that's all I got on earthquakes.
What do I have? Oh yeah, what your favorite store says about you. So, for whatever reason, my algorithm has been big on the Costco guys.
Okay.
And I hate them. The kid with his super high pitched voice and he's just fat as shit, and the dad that's just the cringiest person ever.
I know the Costco boys, but I don't know if I've ever like watched one of their videos, to be honest with you.
The kid started crying when they got to 1 million. He like cries all the time. He pulled
It's
like
emotional.
he pulled like a $40 Pokemon card from a pack and started just bawling. They got to 1 million YouTube subscribers and he just puddle of tears.
I mean, I would probably cry too if we got 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, well, in 450 years when we get there, yeah, well, I might cry.
Guys, do us a favor. Subscribe to the goddamn YouTube.
Yeah, I can see people watching it, and only like 4% of our people actually subscribe, but then they watch it every week, and I do not like it.
You're watching it right now, okay? Hit the take a moment. You're not gonna miss anything. We don't have any ads. You're not gonna get in trouble. Subscribe. Just subscribe.
Yeah, but so the Costco guys, and then So they're always like, we're Costco guys. Of course we sit on the furniture. And then some hick dudes in like Alabama started knocking it off, being like, we're Walmart guys. Of course we beat our wives. And so I was just thinking,
You need
and
to
I
do
went and
less of that. You need to
I
think
went
less.
and grabbed the top 10 like big box retail stores. And I was thinking about like what that says about you as a person if you
Okay.
shop there.
I like this exercise. Let's
So
do it.
like we're Home Depot guys, of course.
We steal stuff.
Yeah, of course we've never paid for anything from Home Depot.
That's why we love it so much.
Yeah,
They never charge us anything.
Just walking out. Yeah, so I think that was good. I was thinking like more of the lines of like, we're Home Depot guys. Of course we get all of our labor from the parking lot outside of Home Depot.
It's perfect. One-stop shop. Do you have the top 10?
Yeah.
Are we gonna go through it?
Yep. I got like 11 of them.
Was Home Depot in there?
Yeah, Home Depot is like I'm not in any particular order because I like deleted Costco, deleted Sam's, deleted Walmart.
Fair. How does because I remember a while back you were telling me how like the FBI or some CIA or something had to get involved in Home Depot's theft.
Oh yeah, because Home Depot, their corporate strategy was like, don't stop anyone trying to steal. So like they just lost like $400 million in 2 months, and they're like, we might actually have to start stopping guys from stealing.
How is that a corporate strategy?
They didn't want to like risk lawsuits with like
I mean, I
staff,
get
like,
it. I
tackling.
understand.
But then you go to like a Best Buy, which will come up later, and like if you get too close to the door holding like a pair of headphones that's $30, they're like, get down on the ground.
On the ground, dirt bag.
Or yeah, Best Buy has like weird rules too. It's like I bought a TV from there, and like I can't carry a 55-inch TV, humble brag, by myself. Actually, not really a humble brag. It was like $180. But I was like, oh, can you just help carry it out to my car? He's like, nope, can't go farther than the curb. And I was like, okay, I'll go get my car and then move it over here.
Jesus.
Customer
service.
Yeah. We're Walgreens guys. Of course we're
Walgreens guys. We will have them print off our divorce settlement papers.
We're Walgreens guys. Of course.
Everyone. Does Walgreens do that? Is Walgreens just like CVS where they like print
off
your shit for you?
Yeah. I was like, we're Walgreens guys. Of course we get our dick stuck in the blood pressure machine.
We're Walgreens guys. You're not going to want to look through those photos. Those photos you just developed in under an hour, do not look through them.
It's like, we're Walgreens guys. I do not have a prescription for this.
I don't know. I live right by a Walgreens. I still think I go to CVS every time.
I don't even think we have Walgreens in North Dakota.
No, you don't.
But every Walgreens, like in Chicago and stuff, is just run by the dumbest human beings on the planet.
Well, makes sense.
They're like, the self-checkout won't work. And I was like, can you help me with this? They're like, you know more than I do, so just, you'll figure it out. And I'm like, okay.
They're like, I don't want to be a burden. It's like, well, I'm just trying to buy these Sour Patch Kids and be on my way. But I can still just walk out with them because you guys can't stop me, can you?
Yeah. So Target, this is a big one. And I feel like Target works better for girls because you could be like,
yeah, the gals.
It's like, I'm a Target girl. Of course, my ex-husband's a dermatologist and I don't work still.
I'm a Target gal. I almost said Walmart. I'm a Target gal. My Chevy Equinox is not mine.
I'm a Target gal. I just park in the pickup and go inside the store anyways.
I'm a Target gal, even though I'm wearing activewear. I did not go to the gym today, and I have zero plans to.
I just thought of a Walmart one. Like, I'm a Walmart gal. Of course I gave birth in the bathroom.
I could say more about Target. I don't know if I want to.
I'm a Target gal. Of course, I just came for Starbucks.
I'm a Target gal. Of course, my boobs are fake.
Yeah, true.
I guess that's kind of like that's not. Are we really bashing Target there? Because they just have
No, I think we're just making fun of like single moms or
Yeah,
divorced moms.
which would be single moms. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a Target gal. Of course, I buy my son booze so I can be the cool parent.
I'm a Target gal. I have my kids throw parties at our house so I can keep supervision and drink with them.
I'm a Target gal. Of course, my kids suck at all sports.
What else do we got?
Lowe's.
Does this go hand in hand with Home Depot? I feel like I'm going to say the same stuff.
I feel like Lowe's is a higher class of human being. And I say this because I shop at Lowe's and not Home Depot, which may actually lead me to the other thing. I think Lowe's is worse than Home Depot because I am not a high class citizen.
I'm a Lowe's person. Of course, I cum in my pants when we put the Christmas stuff out in late September.
I'm a Lowe's person. Of course, I take naps on the patio furniture mid-shift.
I'm a Lowe's person, and yes, I do eat the potting soil that I buy for my plants.
I'm a Lowe's person. Of course, I try out all the fragrances.
I'm a Lowe's person. I definitely steal valor by using the military discount, even though I haven't served a day in my life for this country.
Well, Best Buy. I feel like this is a good one.
I'm a Best Buy person. I don't have an iPhone 17 crammed up my ass right now. I'm a Best Buy person. I've never used Geek Squad. I just Google all my problems.
I'm a Best Buy person. I definitely didn't jerk off in the bathroom before this.
I don't shop very much anymore.
Yeah.
Like if Safeway is on the list, then we're in luck.
The next one's TJ Maxx, and I don't know if I've told this story on the pod. I think I have before, but so one of my friends works at a pizza place that's right by TJ Maxx, and a guy walked in holding a bunch of TJ Maxx clothings with no bags, goes into the bathroom for like 10 minutes, comes out and goes, "You got to do what you got to do." And then my friend went into the bathroom and he had just cut all the security tags off of all the clothes he just stole. And I was like, what you got to do is steal like $92 worth of clothes from TJ Maxx.
I'm calling a quick timeout here. So he went to TJ Maxx, walked out with these clothes, went to the pizza joint, and then ditched the security stuff in the bathroom there.
Yeah.
If you got to do what you got to do, I think the last place I'm going with the product that I just stole is another establishment that probably has cameras in it. Like you're just building evidence against yourself at that point.
We're TJ Maxx. Of course, I left my wallet and that pair of pants I tried on earlier.
Why couldn't he just take the tags off like in the parking lot and just litter? Like we're already committing theft. What's littering at that point?
I'm assuming you didn't have a car.
That I feel like that's a safe assumption. I'm a TJ Maxx person. I don't have a vehicle.
Most people that shop at TJ Maxx are just like, I'm a TJ Maxx guy. I don't care that these shoes are one size too small. I'll wear them.
I was just about to say I have definitely bought in shorts from TJ Maxx that were like not my waist size, and I still own them to this day. And they've never fit me right, but a belt will do the trick.
Yeah, I feel like everything I buy from TJ Maxx, I wear once and then it just explodes in the washing machine.
You might want to get that checked out.
I'm a TJ Maxx guy. Of course, I'm shopping for my custody trial coming up tomorrow.
I'm a TJ Maxx guy. The hair trimmer I'm getting right now is definitely not for my pubes. Everybody knows you go to TJ Maxx to buy your pube trimmer. It's just.
I'm a TJ Maxx guy. I'm definitely not going to give this dog toy to my newborn child.
Yeah, I got more to say, and I think.
All right. Here's probably the last one we'll do. Dollar General.
No, God. Don't they sell clothes at Dollar General too? Like,
I do remember like one time in the 5th grade or something, you bought a pair of like shoes from the Dollar Tree and wore them to school, and like by lunch they were just broken as can be.
yeah, they didn't last very long. Mental note: don't buy your shoes from the dollar store. Learn that lesson.
Who could have seen that one coming?
Oh, the hypnotist at your comedy show in small town South Dakota was weird, and he's wearing a leather top hat. Who could have possibly seen that one coming?
Whoa! Color me surprised when he didn't even say, "Hey, my name's probably like Timothy or something." He's like, "Hey, what's your phone number? You want to wobbly H me in that huge porta potty out back?"
I feel like our humor may not translate
Yeah,
to everybody out there, but boy, is this fun.
Cole said something after we were joking about him just getting gang banged by the entire. So Cole says something along the lines of, he's like, "I'm not going to be able to get through this," because I was literally in tears. I couldn't. He's like,
Try your best.
Okay.
Sound it out.
"Oh, there's a traffic jam at the bus station in my asshole."
I don't even know what you said.
He's like, "There's a traffic jam at the bus station, and the bus station is my asshole."
Sounds like you guys were pretty stuck on this dude and his
Oh, no.
gang bang ability.
Yeah, there was literally all we could talk about. Oh God, I'm crying again.
If that hypnotist went right before my set, the whole time I'm just talking about him. Like, I'm just ditching my set completely. It's like, all right, let's talk about leather top hat, wobbly H guy over there.
Yeah, let me put you back under. Just step into this porta potty with me.
Let's go over to the Dollar General really quick. They got some killer shoes I've had my eye on for a while.
All right, let's keep moving. Beer during a haircut.
Yeah, I saw this advertised the other day, and obviously I've seen it before, but like that was their main promotion competitive advantage, was like, you get it, and the guys, he's got the cape thing on, and he's got his beard, and like obviously it's a photo shoot, so they're not like actually cutting his hair because his hair is like perfectly styled. The beard during the haircut, I don't see it. I don't understand it. I feel like there's going to be a ton of hair in there. No?
Yeah, that's going to be problem number one, which is better than if you got your pubes cut, and pubes in your beer would be.
I would be more opt to have a beer while my pubes are getting trimmed.
Yeah, honestly, that makes
the gravity.
more sense.
If I held the beer from my belly button up, the gravity alone.
Yeah, the only way that would be bad is if for whatever reason you're hanging upside down while you're getting your pubes shaved. But
at one point during the pubic shaving, they may have to put you upside down just for optimal,
just to get your taint.
Yeah.
But I have talked about this with people that are barbers, and they're like, it would be the most annoying thing ever because one, the person's probably going to have to take a piss in the 45 minutes. And two, he will constantly be moving. So it's like, yeah, you can have
sorry, you chopped off half the side of my hair. I was trying to drink my lager that you gave me.
Yeah, it's like, do you have whatever IPA you'll have? I'm going to have diarrhea mid haircut.
Well, you hit on one of my points, because my big thing is like the barber I go to, I mean, we're out of there lickety split like 15 minutes. So like, am I just housing down? I mean, and obviously I think everybody could tell, like, me finishing a beer in 15 minutes, not really the issue here. The issue is like, by the time I don't know if I could enjoy it in that amount of time. And I like my barbers, great guys, downtown Chandler, just, some good old boys for sure. but also I don't really like spending any more time there than I need to. And it's nothing against them. Like I said, the cool people do a great job. But right, like if I have a 12 o'clock appointment, I'm showing up at like 11:58. Hopefully I get right into the chair and I'm out of there by like 12:15. I don't need to have a beer. I don't really have a desire to have a beer. Like what if it's the guy at 8 a.m. and he's just like 3 hazy IPAs deep? You're like, oh, okay, now I gotta drive this guy home and it's gonna back me up all day.
Yeah, how was your haircut? I got a DUI.
The mugshot though, he's got a perfect fade in the mugshot.
I don't get it too, because most people, I would bet over 50% of people, when they go get their haircut, it's on their lunch break or a break from work, and then they go back, which is not contrary to popular belief or what I did when I worked at a hockey rink. You can't drink on the job. So
you're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's frowned upon and actually illegal in a lot of cases.
Super illegal, but nobody, what they don't know, they don't know. Yeah, I don't see the whole beer during the haircut phenomenon. I think it's dumb. And then you're gonna be pissed because you're like, whose hair is in my beer? It's like, well,
yeah,
actually yours, but
also too, I've seen this thing. It's probably the same, that it's like beer during a haircut. Then it's like, you can also hang out in our lounge where they have like a pool table and stuff. And I was like, you guys are essentially just a bar that you can so happen to get your hair cut at.
Well, and there are like they have those like massage gun things that go on their hand. The last couple times, it's been years, but the last couple times where I did get a haircut at one of those establishments, I opted out of the massage thing because I was like, I don't like. It would be the most awkward. They would do it for like 30 seconds. First of all, don't know how effective that is, and it's just awkward. It's just like this buzzing sound, and this person just got done cutting your hair, and now they're trying to like massage you, like your upper back, because that's all they can like reach with the chair and the backrest. And then it's like, cool, thanks for the 45 seconds of a machine. Like if they were like, hey, we got like a hand masseuse, massage therapist, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. But yeah, I don't see it.
Well, leads me into my next topic pretty well. It doesn't, but awkward bathroom scenarios. I think I sent you this one on on Instagram, where the guy goes into a bar bathroom to take a shit, and like the stall is just gone, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna use it anyways. And I sent that to another guy, PDB, and he said, that's my nightmare. And I was like, I'll definitely talk about this on the podcast, because I told him a story about how when I played high school soccer, Mandan's soccer field had a bathroom that had 3 urinals and a toilet, but absolutely no urinal or no wall. So if you had to take a shit, you were doing it in front of like 12 strangers. And one time at the halftime of a soccer game, I had to go. And I went in there and took a shit in front of no less than 15 people during halftime.
No.
And the worst part about it is I'm playing in the soccer game. So I go out for the second half, and I'm like seeing the people that I saw, because I'm just like,
you just direct eye contact.
I'm head on a swivel looking around at who's in the bathroom with me, and I'm picking people out on the sidelines that I'm like, this person just heard me unload.
I don't know what I would do it like in a public situation. I think I would just treat it like normal as much as I could, where I would just be on my phone for like 15 minutes. My legs fall asleep.
You guys are going to want to play some music loudly right now. Just reminded me of a story, actually. So my brother said one of his friends was at the school we grew up going to. He had to do something at the church real early in the morning. He went there and he had to take a dump, and the church was locked. And he was like, oh no, I have to go. So he took a shit in the bushes right by the front door of the church.
No.
And then
That's a mortal sin.
the priest comes up to him later in the day and goes, yes, some homeless guy took a shit.
No.
And
Everything you just said in the last 5 minutes cannot be true.
It was 100% true. And I was like, how funny would it be if he went to confession to the same priest and he's like, confess your sins. And he's like, well, I took a huge shit in the bushes for this. He's like, I had a homeless guy arrested for that.
I mean, maybe we actually need to look at this and break it down and see if it actually is a sin. You know, because back in Jesus's days, you know, I don't know if we had modern plumbing. We didn't. So it's just like you just kind of go where you go. Now, just because of modern technology, all of a sudden it's taking a shit in the bush outside a church a sin. I mean, how cynical can we get?
That's the thing about, like, there was no room at the inn, so Mary gave birth in a manger with a straw bed. It's like, this was 2,000 years ago. All beds were made of straw. If anything, that just sounds like a normal hotel room from back in the day.
Just a normal birth ggiving.
Yeah, it's actually cleaner than a lot of things because there wasn't a lot of animals around that day.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, how do you look somebody in the eye? I would be able to keep it together.
How do you look a family of 4 that are just got their snacks and you're just blowing up the bathroom at halftime of a high school soccer game? Honestly, I had not thought about that moment until last week. I think I mentally had blocked it out for 15 years.
Well, and it's a little bit different from like the Pittsburgh toilets.
This was like a Pittsburgh toilet if it was just in a normal bathroom. Like it was just in the corner. They're like, I guess we have a toilet here.
When we went and did a comedy show in Minot together, the one where I said I won't drink and then I drank, and we went to that little sweet little dive bar nearby.
Oh God.
I definitely walked in on a dude in the bathroom.
Dude, well, I told you a story about that that's why I wanted to go, because I just absolutely blew up the bathroom and I came out and there was a line of 3 girls and they're like, why were you in the women's bathroom? And I was like, Jordan, we have to go. And you're like, I have half a drink left. And I was like, I don't care about your drink.
Like, okay, we gotta go. Yeah, they had like the 2 separate bathrooms that had an individual lock on them. And yeah, homeboy apparently was just dropping trow as I walked in. I was like, lock the door, brother.
Yeah. All right. We can move on from maybe the most humiliating moments of my life to something new.
We got a little bit of sports, then we're actually going to do some Olympics to finish up the show. Mine's not a whole lot, but in the Red Sox Yankees series as of late, where the Red Sox swept the Yankees in 4 games, there was another bench clearer, but it was like the saddest bench clearer perhaps in baseball history. It was one of those where like the batter, I believe it was Wilson Contreras, got like an inside pitch, and then as he's walking down to the line, like he starts jawing at the pitcher. And like people just kind of started like slowly walking out from the dugout. We need to make a rule in the MLB where it's like, unless you are sprinting out of the dugout, you are not allowed to leave the dugout.
I think if bench is clear, I don't care if it's like a minor thing like that, someone has to throw a punch.
Yeah, they have to each like pick somebody from each team and then they just straight up duke it out.
Yeah, just have one guy on your 26-man roster that is just a mouth breather that can chuck hands and be like, all right, bench is clear. Get out there, Ronnie, and knock the shit off him.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just, if you look back at the video footage, you'll see like the players were just like casually walking, like, because he was going down the first base line. So that closest dugout kind of casually started coming out. And then I'm just saying it really loses its luster when it's like, oh, we got a bench clearer here. And like people are just slowly walking out from the dugout. I want people sprinting. Okay. I want haymakers thrown. I want old men thrown to the ground. I want blood shed, even if it's your ear.
I feel like we're only good for like an actual decent bench clearing brawl, like one out of maybe one every other year or one every 3 years. Like there really is never like a great one.
Yeah, no, it was just sad and pathetic. It's like, all right, let him jaw at the pitcher and walk down the line, but we don't need to come out from the dugout because this is like if it escalates to something, then yeah, then let's sprint out of the dugout, But if we're just like casually walking up the steps out, it's like walking into work. It's just like, oh God, here we go.
God, if someone brought a gun to work today, I would not even be that upset.
Oh man.
Another interesting fact is that pro basketball is coming back to North Dakota.
No way.
Yep. Some dude in Minot just decided to start his own league using AI specifically. And he's not hiding from it because every one of his posts just says AI info. And I've been following it pretty religiously. And by that, I mean, I looked up today and he just has AI generated everything for player signings. And out of like the 30 players he's announced that have signed with the league, only 2 have played college basketball. And it was at United Tribes Technical College.
Now, how is this professional basketball?
I think it's semi.
Let me guess, AI is going to pay him too.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know where they're going to play because they like probably want to sell beer, so they can't play at like a high school. They can't play at like a public building or like a, you know what I mean, like a public high school area. Like, and then the giant public buildings, they're going to be like, yeah, we rented out the Bismarck Event Center and 13 people showed up to watch this basketball game.
It's not going to be very lucrative.
But he does like it does a great job of describing their players using AI, but like you just know that they suck. Like blank is a versatile forward center who brings a team first mentality every time he steps on the floor, albeit no one has played a minute yet. Comfortable playing all 5 positions. He thrives under pressure. Once again, no basketball experience.
Comfortable playing all 5 positions because, well, he's going to have to. Teams are going to be about 6 dudes deep.
Communicates constantly. It's like, how do you know that? Always looks to make the right play for his teammates. He doesn't know any of his teammates.
What's the goal of this league?
I don't know. I'm going to go to the first game.
So this dude from Minot started, but is it in Bismarck as well, or are there teams?
There's 5 teams.
Is this the North Dakota fucking basketball league?
It's called the Dakota Basketball League, so you were not far off.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, they're like on one of them, they're like, this 6'6" combo guard played 1 year of high school basketball. Look out for him. You're like, what?
Maybe this is your shot to get back to the show.
I mean, you're not.
Should we both reach out to him and try to get signed?
Honestly, I could probably like make it happen. I just need to like grow.
Lie about your height.
Yeah, grow 9 inches.
Nice.
That'd
be nice. Huh?
Yeah,
it's 4 up there, 5 down here.
He's the type of player willing to do anything to help his team win, aka he sucks and deals a lot of drugs.
I was just trying to make a penis joke a moment ago. I don't think you got it.
Yeah. All right, let's move into our Olympics. This week's Olympics is the funny things Olympics. It is just things we find funny. We're going to go through. We do gold, silver, bronze. We can have some lost in the medal rounds, which are our honorable mentions. And Jordan, since I came up with the topic, you can go first.
All right, Olympics of funny. This is open for interpretation. So you really could have anything.
Yeah.
But I made a short list here. I'm going to go with someone getting hit in the nuts. Just absolute classic.
Yeah.
I was watching Jackass yesterday. It was the Jackass 3.5. So it was like all their extra footage that they just didn't use for other movies and stuff. And there was one where Aaron McGehee was gonna get hit, like slapped in the face with like a fish by Johnny Knoxville, and they had like the slow-mo cam, so they wanted to like see the face get hit. And I get it, like they're constantly on edge and always on set, so you like can't always be like, with your guard up. But it was just so clear and obvious where Johnny Knoxville, like they do one take where he slaps him in the head, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna do another take." And so Johnny Knoxville, like Aaron McGee, he's here. Johnny Knoxville's off to his like back left, and like they tell him to like put his arms up or whatever, and he does, and then Johnny Knoxville just comes around and smokes him in the nuts with this fish, and it was so goddamn funny. I couldn't stop laughing, but I mean, just getting hit in the nuts is hilarious.
My gold medal, I'm gonna go with projectile vomiting. Um, One of those things, it's not that great to see videos of it, albeit can be, but when you see someone projectile vomit in real life, it is maybe
Yeah.
the funniest thing possible. And that's what made me make this list, is I thought of a friend of mine in college projectile vomiting across my entire dorm room, and it was maybe the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, and to add a layer to yours, it's the best when they projectile vomit, just like it's like what, like it comes out of nowhere. It's like when
Yeah.
they're having a full on conversation and they're like, wow, that's a lot of food.
Yeah.
And they just puke it up. Like,
Because no one's ever like, oh, he's about to puke, and then it becomes a projectile vomit. Projectile vomit comes out of nowhere, and it is just
yeah, the water pressure behind a projectile vomit, that is pretty funny. I'll go with my silver medal, Olympics of funny, tripping. And not necessarily you like sticking out your leg tripping someone. It's just like if somebody misjudges a step or something and they go down, or like if you ever go to a bar and they have Chive TV on, it's just a endless feed of just videos. Like people when they're carrying groceries up to their door and their Ring door camera like catches them just biff it.
Yeah.
Or when it gets icy out middle of the winter, like people just constantly slipping on ice. Anything tripping, I just think is so. Or even if you're just on a walk like with a friend and like there's a little crack in the sidewalk, and it happens to catch them, and it's the best when they go down. Like it's still like that's what makes tripping so funny, is like you could kind of get tripped up and still keep your balance and stay on your feet. Still funny. If they go down, it's even more hilarious. If they spill something, it's just forget about it.
Yeah. My silver medal, I'm gonna go with pedal bike crashes.
Those are good.
Yeah. They always make me laugh.
Like like Tour de France highlights or any other road.
That or the amateur ones where the guy accidentally holds down the front brake, just goes flying.
Well, it's the great thing about those and it's kind of like with like motocross too, but not as funny. Because I remember I saw a video of like a road race where they're going up like this side hill and coming down, and it was just like muddy, rough terrain. And one dude goes down, and then it's just a domino effect.
Yeah.
That person like hits their bike, and then that first person is trying to get back to their bike, and then they hit another person.
It's like the non-life threatening version of like a NASCAR race, where like if there's a big pile up in NASCAR, every car's down.
Yeah.
There's a big pile up in Tour de France, no one's getting through that.
Yeah, or even just anyone flipping over the front end of their bike is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Like Matt and I have a fond memory of our childhood when we were hanging out in my neighborhood. One of the neighborhood kids got a brand new bike, and we're all watching him, and we're cheering him on, and we're just so psyched for him. And he is just cooking down. He is on a decline going down the street. Brand new bike, mind you. He didn't know which brake was which, so he slammed on the brake. It was the front brake, and he just went flying.
Yeah.
That is good. I'll go with my bronze medal pick, Olympics of funny. Getting someone to swear who normally doesn't swear.
That's a good
Like
one.
like obviously like making
I had
kids. Like kids swearing is always funny,
Yeah.
but like, or even if it's just that like just that innocent, like super nice. It's usually like a woman, like your aunt or something, who's just like just an angel. And they always have a filter on, and like it never really just crossed the line, if you will. And then you just get them frustrated or scared or something happens. They're like, oh, fuck. When they say the F word, it's like, oh, dude, that's hilarious. Like, say it again. And then you have a whole thing. I also coupled in with this one is swear words in another language. Like, that's always funny. Like learning one and then like using it. Yeah, sure. I don't know what that is, but
I don't think that's a swear word. Actually, I think it just means fish or something.
Right.
My bronze medal, I'm gonna go with walking in on someone on the toilet.
The second time that's come up on the show.
I had a very close one that was between those two for my bronze. That it is.
That's one of those. It's not funny instantly, like because you're in shock. You're like, oh, why am I looking at a dude with his pants down, just wrecking the toilet?
No, so the funny part is telling your friends you walked in on it.
Yeah, like you're not even laughing immediately. You're like, it gets funny when you're like, dude, I just walked in on a guy taking a shit, and then they laugh, and then you laugh. It's just a gay old time.
Yeah. Well, it's never happened to me, but like if you walk in on a chick that's in a porta potty and you just get a face full of muff.
Does that happen to you often?
No, I'm assuming it happens. I mean, it's just stage right there.
What if you walked in on a chick in the porta potty, but she's using the urinal?
Then you have a whole other set of problems. All right. Lost in the Metal Round, honorable mentions, run through any that you have left.
I kept mine simple. There's a lot of like actions, not just like funny things, but mine was pranks. Specifically, drawing a penis on your passed out friend's face.
That's
so
good.
Funny. So funny.
Plays
or like stacking a bunch of stuff. Like you put like the couch cushions on them, then like party cups, then like Cheez-Its, and like you see how high you can get the stack. It's just good, clean family fun.
Dude, one time in college, we put a couch on top of one of my friends who was sleeping on a couch, and he didn't wake up for hours.
I saw something on Instagram over the weekend where it was these guys were on a golf trip together. So I think they're at the Airbnb or whatever. And like they had the little time stamp on there. And it was, let's say it was 5:30 in the morning, but this dude is rolled up in the rug like a taco. And he's got sunglasses on and he's just passed out. It's like 5:30 in the morning. They're like tea time at 7:19. There's no way this guy makes it.
I had unexpected burps or sneezes, specifically in church. If someone lets go a huge sneeze in church, I always thought it was hilarious.
It's always kind of funny too if you're at church or a similar event where at the beginning before they even start, they're like, just a reminder to turn off your cell phones, blah, blah, blah. And then like 45 seconds later, somebody's cell phone rings. It's like easy to make fun of that person. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Or the sneeze fart.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times. Brutal.
Or the sneeze shart.
I realized that every time I've pooped my pants for not every time, I would say 90% of the times that I've pooped my pants in the last 2 years, it's because I'm at a urinal and I try to fart while I'm peeing.
I had an instance once where I was hanging out with a lovely young lady. You know, we were just kind of like dating at the time, like getting like to know each other. And like, I didn't do this because I like felt comfortable. I mean, I felt comfortable around her. Obviously, it was an accident, but we were like hanging out at her place, just chilling on the couch, watching TV, whatever. And I sneezed and then farted. And then she's like, oh, bless you. And I look over at her and I'm like, I farted. And she's like, oh, I didn't even hear the fart. And I was like, did I say I farted? I didn't fart. Like it was just like, damn it. Why did I have to say something? Because I thought for sure she heard it. I'm like, okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. I have to wipe. But
this one would have been higher on my list if a lot of them didn't involve people getting seriously injured and or dying, but fireworks fails are hilarious.
Yes, we are coming up on fireworks season. So before we forget, end of the show, happy 4th of July to everybody. Hope you have a great Independence Day. Remember what we're celebrating out there. I have to work on an Independence Day. So just think of me. If you're having a bad day, just be like, well, at least I'm not Jordan. But fireworks fails are great. It is funny seeing on people's stories, like the classic concert like videos or the firework videos. Like it's just funny to laugh at them. Like, oh, you think I'm gonna watch that?
Yeah. Or like the city of San Diego accidentally lit off 40 grand worth of fireworks in 30 seconds.
Was
They
it
just
just a
they lit one, it was upside down and it lit all of them and it was just this huge explosion and that was their fireworks show.
that'd actually be kind of sweet. Yeah, I was just telling somebody earlier today, like, trying to maybe make some 4th of July plans. And I was like, I'm not the type of person to go seek out a fireworks show. So I was like, we don't have to add that to our plans at all. Um, I mean, it's great. Hey, if you're at the lake, you're at the river, whatever, you got the neighborhood party going, you're lighting off fireworks. Like, I'll look at fireworks if they're there to look at. I'll take them in, I'll enjoy them, but I'm not gonna like seek them out. I'm not like, hey, let's go get a good seat for this fireworks show.
Yeah.
And then that person I was talking to was like, well, it'd be pretty sweet hammered. I was like, we can go to a fire. Let's go to a fireworks show. What the heck? Why not? Let's do it.
One time in college, we drove out to a fireworks show and I was so drunk that I fell asleep on the drive out there. And everyone went and watched the whole fireworks show. I was sleeping in the car and then I woke up when we were almost back to campus.
You're like, where are the fireworks?
Yeah. Why am I
fireworks
covered
show
in
sucks.
My last honorable mention of funny things Olympics was planning a memorial fun run for a kid you went to high school with who is very much still alive.
That is, yeah, Matt and I talked about this before, how we were just going to do like deep inside jokes, but
yeah, it would have been even worse than what it actually was. So
turns out inside jokes don't work great when you're trying to make the masses laugh.
No.
Inside jokes are good for like you and your 2 or 3 friends who have the inside joke or in on it. Turns out does not translate well to an audience.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know if there's a traffic jam at the bus station and the bus station's my asshole is funny. But at the time, I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
It usually happens. Matt, you got any 4th of July plans?
Probably go to the parade, then maybe head out on the boat.
Oh yeah, you are a water vessel owner now.
Yep.
How's that going? Any updates on the boat?
Good. I mean, I probably go out once or twice a week. The boat probably goes out 3 times a week. It's fun.
You ever just nervous when the other owners, women, take it out?
Well, yeah, because the first time they did, they put a gigantic dent in the front of it.
There goes the resale.
Yeah, but then like part of me is like, I'm not a good driver either, so I don't know what I'm worried about.
Do you guys have like a betting pool on like who like rips the prop off first, or like who runs into the rocks
only like
the first time?
Only like 2 people drive it, so there's like a pretty good chance that it's me, so I don't really want to take that bet.
That's true. That is true. You don't want to be the subject of the bet. Well, this will be my first 4th of July, not in North Dakota. Be my first 4th of July having to work on the 4th of July. It's not all so bad, though. I think I'm still going to have a good time. Probably going to go out with some friends and try to make the most of it. In my eyes, every day is Independence Day,
Well, that's our show. 306 up next.
Dynamite just crushed it.
No break.